Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to T Max Network. I am your co-host for tonight, Mr. TKO, aka T Max. Man, hey, listen, tonight is a special live. I'm hosting it. I'm opening it up for my boy, because on February the 19th, 2023, I got a phone call that someone was going to be brought over to the T Max Network to actually help me host and run this thing. It took about 30 days later, February 19th, I got the news that I was going to get me a good, solid brother, and he was going to be coming over to help me grow this thing. Well, a little bit later in March, I finally linked up with his brother, and guess what? We started building ever since. That's been 3 years ago. So listen, I want to bring this brother to the stage and give him his flowers while he right here. Hey, my host for the night, our host for the night, Mr. D. Awesome One. What's going on, homeboy?
Man, I don't even know. It's crazy because 3 years is not a lot of time, but a lot has been done and experienced in just 3 years.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Hey, listen,
Yeah.
man, we ain't gonna hold it up too much longer because I need you to pay attention. The brothers pulled up on your sit, bro, on February the 19th, 3 years later, to show some love. They say three, the third time is the charm, man. So when somebody is solidified for 3 years, bro, that means something to us. So shout out to you, man. You held us down even when I stepped away for about 6 months. You still went every Sunday back to back and shouted us out and did your thing and helped this channel grow. So sit back and watch. Do you remember this live right here? Do you remember this one? This is your first time ever going live on T Max Network. Yeah, you had your mic muted.
What's good, everybody? Sorry about that. I had a major mishap. My mic was muted. But what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Missing Conversation. I'm your host, D_Awesome One. So pretty much if you're looking to talk trash to me or just encourage me, there you go. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, so forth. I'll be running this show solo today. We had some changes that's come about, and so we're going to get to it. So we have a lovely panel of people that are going to join us. We're going to start this conversation just right. Man, so many great people in here. I am grateful. It is March 26, 2023. A day we never been in before and a day we'll never be in again. So let's go ahead and do it like we need to.
And man, that was 3 years ago. Shout out to you, homeboy. Let's go ahead on and give him his claps and his flowers while he can hear him. Bro. And with that being said, that has definitely solidified you as a very, very important person, not just the vice president over here, but a very important person to all the brothers, man. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have this space because this wasn't the direction that I was going in. You wanted to bring the brothers together, smoke some cigars in the backyard, have grown man conversation. And bro, I appreciate you for that. All right. So with that being said, man, we got a tribute to you, homeboy. And listen, it even got a good jingle with it. Check it out.
Introducing first and world championship titles in a record 8 different weight division, guarantees his place in the Hall of Fame. He's recognized and known the world over
the king,
as the people's
champion. We're going to say amen and amen. Y'all know how this goes. Today is Thursday, a day you never been in before and a day you'll never be in again. So make the most out of this shit, my friends. Welcome, T-Max Network, man. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hope to see you here. Interact in the chat. But tonight, ladies, we're going to ask y'all to stand back and just kind of observe. Take some notes. Get to interacting with men on a mental level and understand that what you have a perception of isn't the reality of all.
Sit. Pull up a chair. We build here. We heal here. Yeah.
Walk in, long week on your back. Bills due, old wounds, quiet panic in the past. Young kings, old heads, same weight, same doubt, different stories. Same storm, we're climbing out. D awesome. One at the table says speak. You clear your throat, heart racing, dry cheeks. But this room feels safe, no jokes at your pain. Just nod, strong eyes, they been through the same. You talk about your pops, how he dipped, how it stung. How you swore you'd be better when you finally had a son. They listen, then they lace you with a plan. Step one, call that kid tonight. Tell him he your number one. Yeah. Sit, bro, let it go, let it grow. Success is the best revenge overall. You know, we don't just talk, we move. That's the goal. From the hurt to the healing, watch us reload. Sit, bro, pull up, this your road. Plant seeds, see trees in your soul. We rise, we rise. That's the goal. Success is the best revenge overall. Head in the corner, gray beard, sharp face. Said I wasted 20 years in a smoky haze. Chasing every fast fix, every quick thrill. Thought I was a man cause I moved how I will. But I ran from myself, I ran from my fear. I ain't start being honest till I sat right here. Young bull with the hoodie, barely 22. Says I'm tired of the block, tired of ducking what I do. Tired of my mama praying I make it through the night. Teach me how to pick peace instead of picking every fight. We pass game like plates at a cookout spot. Budget talk, boundaries, healing what we thought we forgot. Write goals in the notes, 3 steps then action. Group chat lit up when a brother make it happen. Let's go. Sit, bro, let it go, let it grow. Success is the best revenge overall. You know, we don't just talk, we move, that's the code. From the hurt to the healing, watch us reload. Sit, bro, pull up, this your road. Plant seeds, see trees in your soul. We rise, that's the goal. Success is the best revenge overall. From the boy that was broken to the man that is whole. From the fight in the hallway to the boardroom role. From he'll never be nothing to he leading the show. Hosted by D, awesome one, watch the whole room grow. Yeah, sit, bro, let it go, let it grow. Success is the best revenge overall. You know, we don't just talk, we move, that's the code. From the hurt to the healing, watch us reload. Sit, bro, pull up, this your road. Plant seeds, see trees in your soul. We rise, that's the goal. Success is the best revenge overall. Say what's real, then roll with a plan, with a squad, with a soul in control. Any age you belong, success is the best revenge overall. Sing along. Success is the best revenge overall.
Yeah. Shout them out. What up?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Dog, you know, it's funny because I ain't realized that many people had really came over here and been on the show. Crazy.
A lot of
Crazy.
them, bro.
A lot. A lot. Man, I'm
Hey,
grateful.
look.
Blessed,
Yes,
bro.
sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate you, man. Hey, look, I'm gonna drop down here and put this rabbit looking something is right here, right beside you, man. That's my man Michael McDonald right there. Yeah, he pulled he pulled up, man, because I called him out and said, bro, I want you to come over here and politic with the brothers, man. I appreciate y'all for being patient. I know that introduction video and that tribute to D was very long and lengthy, but we want to make sure that we squeeze most of the people in that's been over here on T-Max Network, bro. So shout out to y'all for even coming tonight and coming in the past, bro. So we appreciate y'all. Yeah, D, you can unmute my guy because I'm on the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Floor is all yours.
So we got Joe Mans in the house somewhere down there in no man's land. Probably get him up here too.
He up here. You can't see him?
No, shit. There you go. What up, Joe? So man, it was one of those things while we give him flowers. I want to give Joe his flowers because Joe been rocking with me for a long time as well. And Joe is one of the men that not only said, I want to put community first, but did put community first. He did it in a dynamic way where School zones didn't respect it. They had to intervene and do things that their way because it was just too much power for one man to have to educate children in the most non-traditional way about blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, gaming development, writing, and a whole other light, showing them to use their imagination and skills in other places besides the basic classroom standards. So Joe is he has an after school program that he wants to share with us, and we're gonna get that going and start promoting that more. And shout out to the bro, I mean more man that came through last week, man. That video still going like crazy, and people are just unbelieve like a undefeated Apollo legend graced us and shared culture with us. So shout out to I mean more and Bucky, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all to death, man. Let's get it going, Joe. So tell us where we can find you first and foremost, social media wise.
So you can find me on on Facebook. You can find me on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is Thirsty Minds, or under Jolie Mans on Facebook. Jolie Mans on Facebook and Thirsty Minds on Facebook. Thirsty Minds Design and Media. The whole premise of it is we actually deal with underserved youth. The whole slogan is help us change your mind to change your future. So the whole purpose was to give kids more to tech, STEM, uh, give them that access. A lot of schools don't have a strong STEM or STEAM program. I've been lucky. I've been blessed to be a part of a school district where I was actually started the game design program and helped build that program over the last 6 7 years. So right now, I'm actually doing a virtual online program teaching both middle schoolers, high schoolers, and college students. And it's basically teaching them how to start, not coding, because everybody thinks when they talk about gaming, they think gaming is coding, and that's not the truth. Gaming has about multiple different disciplines that actually reach across almost every industry when it comes to tech. So we teach them game design from a career path, not a gimmick. It's a big difference when you're just doing something as a gimmick and just actually having a career path.
Big shout out to you, man. And I'm just gonna take a quick hard detour right here to give them more insight on who Joe Lee Mans really is. Obviously a black man. Go ahead.
Hey, Joe, I ain't been instrumental in your success, man, and charge it to my heart. All right. I just got some things going on, but I'm going to tell you this. My phone stays on all day long. I got my phone connected close to me all day long. I never seen somebody post so much in my life. Joe, you going to hit it, bro. That LinkedIn joint be going off. I see Joe 100% giving back to the kids, man. 100% all the time, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Bro, I always see your stuff, bro. You post so much. I was like, God, you can't not see you. You cannot not see you, bro. So I'll be the one to tell you, bro, keep on doing what you're doing, because if you don't want to not see Joe, you gotta be unfriend him, because you're gonna see his stuff. Bro, I'm like non-stop, bro. Look, look, I am ingested into the cyber community, cybersecurity community, the IT community, and I'm gonna tell you, collectively, all together, you can put everybody on all my friends, all my connections together. Nobody posts as much as you, bro.
Appreciate that.
I'm gonna tell you that, bro. And I don't know if you needed to hear that, but I'm telling you, you can't be denied, bro, because you putting forth the effort, bro.
Man, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just had to say that, man. My bad, D.
No, you're good. Listen, that's what we here for. We here to be men. And got something to say, shoot, it ain't gonna hurt me, but let a man talk. I mean,
yeah, man.
I'm like, no, shut up, it's my turn. Hey, that's another group of people that we will not mention right now. That's not their show. However, I digress. Joe, man, just to give give everybody a deeper look about Joe, the man, and what they're hearing. What you didn't hear was Joe, the father, Joe, the believer, Joe, the husband. Before he got remarried, Joe was married to a lovely lady for 30 years, and she passed on about 2 years ago, right, Joe? And you know, that brother really held a lot together in a time where I'm like, you know, the famous phrase, fuck them kids. You know what I mean? It was that, but he kept showing up. He's been on here before. He's been on here with my brother Al Black and another brother from Tennessee who went viral from helping a homeless guy that was sleeping in his car and behind his gym. And I'm gonna have to find out and reach out to that brother, see how he's doing. But yo, the fact of the perseverance and the consistency, the passion beyond all of that in the midst of dealing with life, dealing with life on a whole different trajectory that most men probably haven't really handled well, because when you find that first love and you build family and you build life, and I'm pretty certain neither one of you had that thought in mind of we're gonna go our separate ways in this way, but and not at that time anyway. So man, I just like to say, brother, since we handing out flowers, man, I gotta commend you, I gotta support you, I gotta celebrate you, I gotta thank you, because through all that and just the little stuff I was going through, you reached out to me, and you was a brother, you was a friend, you was an ear, and I can't thank you enough, my guy. Can't thank you enough, man. I appreciate you. I really, really do. So that being said, man, let's get to it. All right, fellas. The world is going to spin clockwise, counterclockwise, in some kind of orbit mess. But we're gonna keep it going. Oh, let's check in real quick, man. A real simple check in. We're gonna go on a scale of five, five being the highest, one being the lowest. How y'all feeling, Joe? It's gonna start with you. How you feeling, Joe?
Hey, I can't complain, man. It's a daily grind, but I'm believing. I'm believing every day and seeking guidance every day. Long as I concentrate on Him, I'm good.
All right. So what you say between on the 5 point scale? Where you at?
I'm fine.
You're a five. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Ronnie Woodham, what's going on, black man?
Shit, bro. I'm definitely topped out, top flight secure in the world, okay, type shit, you know?
Right,
I'm
right,
level
right.
five. My mama will be the first to tell you, man, if you breathing, you got too much to be grateful for.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
praise be to God, I'm with you on that, man. And real quick before I jump off, I'm so impressed, yo, because it's all about the kids, man. At this point, ain't nobody else gonna do it but us.
Right on, bro. Wayne,
What's up, my
meet
brother?
your bike, brother. What's going on,
What's
man?
up,
It's my
man?
it's my brother Wayne, man. Long time friend, man.
Hey, man,
And
I'm only 21.
I mean, we gonna accept that because I'm 19. So I mean, you just an old dude.
How y'all
So
doing,
man,
man?
I wanna highlight you, brother, because a lot of people don't know behind the scenes how instrumental and vocal you've been to me uh when you saw things and I wouldn't speak about it.
Yeah.
And you would reach out to me and like, nah, man, you were very much a big part of Sid, bro. Didn't even like now I think about it. You were very much a big part of shit, bro. Cause you like, hey, bro, just sit. Just sit. And
Yeah.
when I came to your house in Dallas and we talked, I came to your house last minute at 6 a.m. in the morning, and my brother opened his
Uh-huh.
door for me.
Always, man. Always,
My
brother.
brother opened his door for me at 6 a.m. on the flight. I was coming to go see somebody else. And I was like, man, I'm coming to see you. He's like, come on. And I called an Uber from the airport and went straight on over there, man. And my brother welcomed me, man. We sat, we laughed, we drank coffee, we talked noise, we caught up, and life has life for you
Oh
as
man,
well.
tell me about it.
Yeah, and so it's been some losses, it's been some
Yeah,
gain, and
right.
it's still plenty laughs to be had, man. So on a scale from 1 to 5, Wayne, tell us how you hold it, man. How you feeling?
Well, that depends on if 1 is good or 5 is good.
Five being the highest, 1 being the
Okay,
lowest.
I'd say I'm about a 4.5.
Okay.
I'm about a
Okay.
4.5 specifically because it's a lot of work that I'm doing right now, specifically because of tax season.
Right.
It's not everybody's most favorite time of the year. Um, and I say 4.5. I recently lost a family member. She was actually raped and strangled. So
Mm.
we're in the middle of a lot of things that's going on right now. There's a lot of things going on in this world, man, to where times are not the same, and people change. Sometimes your enemy is right in your face and we don't realize it. So I just pray for clarity, man. I pray for substance and I pray for God to send us people that's going to guide us each and every day. And it's very destructive, um, how we allow some people in our lives. That's why you and I have always been brothers, and it's detrimental that we, you know, tell each other that we love each other. You know what I'm saying? Encourage one another. There's something that I can learn from you. Show me, teach me, and vice versa. You know. Um, but if y'all, I'm sure they don't know me. I don't know anyone on the live, but man, I wish you guys peace and blessings. Um, but I'd like to talk a little bit about my tax service, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Go on, tell
So,
us what we get. First thing first, where can we catch up with you?
well, I'm in Tennessee right now. So I'm staying in Tennessee.
Okay.
I'm out here for school to finish my degree. I'm currently working at the courthouse as child support caseworker. So I'm trying to get back into the federal government and get some things rolling, man. You know?
Yeah, listen. First things first. Y'all heard it first and live right here on Sit Bro. A black man is going after his degree. That's a game changer right there between all of the other stuff. And we ain't gonna knock what they got going on. We gonna praise that. We gonna lift that. But right now, it's about us. We got a brother on the panel that's gonna knock out his degree, and we gonna give
Mhm.
him some hand claps for that, man.
Yeah. And man, if you remember back when we were young, some babies, man, or some young men, I had a 5-year plan, and that was for me to work for the FBI. And what happened was life happened, and I went off to my acting and modeling career, and got trapped in LA for 10 years, and time just passed by. So I look back like, man, what do I have to show? We're getting to an age to where we have to be very decisive on what kind of legacy that we have to give. And some of our brothers, some of our people, man, they need people like us to look up to. And if you're anything like, you and I, we smile a lot of times when we're in pain because we're constantly trying to help people. We're energy healers. We feel people's energy, And I can look at the other guys on here, man, and they have that same aura. So I'm appreciative to be here.
Right on, right on. So,
But the tax service is about. We've been in business for over 10 years, and
okay.
it's Larry Clark Tax Service.
Hey
So
Wayne.
yeah.
Hey man. Hey, I'm T Max, man. And nice to meet you, bro. I ain't mean to cut you off real quick.
Oh no,
Um,
anytime, brother.
bro, congratulations on getting your degree and everything, bro. That's
Thank you.
noble. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's big. That's need to be celebrated. But I'm also full of jokes a lot of times. I lighten the mood a lot of times, man. Anytime you
Yeah.
get to talk about money and you got a ski mask on, I hold my wallet. So if you're gonna talk about taxes, cut on your camera for me real quick and go ahead on and
Oh
break that
man.
thing down to the public.
Oh man, I'm in the dark right now, man. You know,
Man,
I'm
they
holding.
say let there be light, and there was light.
Yeah, I'm over here with the babies, man.
All right,
I
tweets,
don't want
man.
to cut
Peace,
the
man.
light
I'm
on, wake
messing
the
with you.
baby up.
Nah, you
Oh,
good,
I
bro. Do
already
your
know.
thing. I
Hey,
just had to
I'm
lighten the
real
mood real
silly,
quick.
man.
Joe,
I'm
what
silly,
up?
silly guy.
Y'all don't come up here and be all hey, just because D must have lost bowling tonight. They whooped his tail because he all somber and stuff. Like,
Nah,
yeah,
nah, nah,
y'all wake
nah.
up, man.
Nah, we good.
Go
So
ahead, Wayne.
the
Go ahead,
tax
Wayne.
services that you
Go
have,
ahead, Wayne.
what
Hey,
is
it's
a
nice
tax
to meet you, man. And nice to meet you other
what
guys too.
what is a tax code you would like to see most of us on this panel use?
Say it again.
What is a tax code that you would like to see most of us on this panel use
Tax
for our
code so
taxes?
far as
Something we can get
well, a
some
lot of
life
people
on back, man.
yeah, a lot of people don't realize, man, how much money they can get back on taxes. Know anything about like different stipends, for example. If you're in school, you can get a tax break with that. If you're in counseling or therapy, or if you have some kids that have been in foster care, there's a tax break on that. It's a lot of things that people don't really necessarily know about. So I try my best to educate it. And what we do is we work with individuals, self-employed professionals, 1099 workers, small business owners, first-time filers, and people that may have fallen behind on filing. So whether it's your first year of filing or you've been in business for 10 years, I mean, we got you covered. So a lot of people always ask kind of like the same questions. What exactly do we handle? So we prepare electronically file and federal tax returns. We review deductions to make sure you're not leaving money on the table. Everybody want to make some money. I love money. I don't know about y'all, but I like to eat out. I like to go to strip clubs sometimes, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But we make sure everything is compliant and accurate. And for people that qualify, we offer up to $7,500 advance in the first 24 hours. So again, that's if you qualify within the first 24 hours. I could use $7,500, but we also offer virtual, so you can complete the entire process from your phone. You can upload your documents securely, sign it electronically, and then you can also track your return. Because I don't know if y'all like me, but soon as this filed, man, I'm looking every 30 minutes trying to see when it's coming. Definitely trying to see when it's coming. But it typically take about 24 to 48 hours once we receive all the documents. So you typically need like your ID, social security card, your W-2s, your 1099s, your prior tax return, if it's available. We could definitely use that. And like any kind of income deductions or documents that you will have. So one thing that I used to worry about when I got my taxes done is it secure? Like who's all around my files? It's hard to really trust people, but our system is very secure with encrypted platforms, so it can't be scammed or spammed or anything like that. And confidentiality is non-negotiable. You know what I'm saying? And then I've had 1 year to where they took my entire income tax. So we still help you file correctly, and we can discuss different payment options if it's available through the IRS. And one thing that we do that we kind of stand out from a lot of people, our prices depend on the complexity of the return. So that's why we offer free consultation. We don't charge you anything for a consultation. Sometimes we just have questions. And we don't just like to give pay people just for 30 minutes. I don't mind taking that time out to answer any type of questions that anybody have. You know what I'm saying? So let's be honest, like nobody wakes up excited to talk about taxes. If you do, then we might need to come and you might need to come and work with us. Our job is to make tax season less stressful and more strategic. So we offer a $50 referral bonus. I mean, you can send your cousin, your coworker, your cousin that always wait until April 14th at 11:58 just to do it at the last moment. You'll still get paid for it. So if you're looking for a strong tax team that's professional, responsive, and committed to maximizing your return, man, I mean, I invite you to contact us. I'll try and upload.
so
I'll send you one of the flyers, man, with our information on it.
I'm so
I have
I'm
it.
so,
So let's talk to this guy next to you named Tavon P.
oh
On a
man,
scale of 1 to 5, where are you at?
man. I don't ever want to say 5, man. I mean, because I got when I say I got irons in the fire, I got irons in the fire. So I'll never say 5. 5, I don't need to be talking to y'all. We need to be sitting there. We need to be sitting. You need to be sitting here in this office. If I was at a 5, but I would say this, man. Like the reason why I'm never satisfied because I always have like some type of innovation going through my brain as well. I'm a builder, bro. Like if you set $100 million on my lap right now, moving in purpose, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be buying no fucking. I am gonna buy a Ferrari, but it's gonna come with a plan. You know what I'm saying? So, I never, bro. When I wake, man, my wife will tell you, man, and this is crazy because I don't know. Tariq can't tell you. He can't tell you, but I used to love to sleep in the military, bro. I just hate waking up, bro. I hate waking up.
No, I can tell.
But when I get there, oh no, hell fuck. Nah, but when I got there, it was game time. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you my everything, 100%. I'm motivation. And you know, I come from a very I ain't gonna say troubling background, but I came from the hood, so I'm a product of hard times. But you will never know that shit if I don't tell you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always trying to speak life into people, and the people who I want around me. I don't want no people who can't give me the nutrients that I need to take it to the next level. So when you ask me, am I, from one to 5? I'm never going to be a 5 because I'm never satisfied. It's something that's going to drive me to make me feel as though I'm not enough, or I haven't made it there, or I haven't capitalized on what I needed to capitalize on. And sometimes it might be the gift and curse because I'm handling a lot of stuff. But it's one thing that I'm not going to be, and I'm not going to be a guy that's sitting on the daggone TV watching basketball all night. Not happening, bro. That's not even in me. It doesn't reside in me, and I don't know how I even go to work. Matter of fact, I go to work and people tell me about TV shows. I'm like, how, bro? Ain't enough hours in the day. Ain't enough hours in the day, bro. So I mean, I got it. You might catch a couple of glimpses of TV, but if a man can tell you that everything about every sitcom and a whole season or something, and man, he ain't doing enough, man. If he complaining about my money, I don't know how he do it because there ain't enough time in the day. And I know I'll only get I'm gonna be 100 with you. I probably only get a good 5 hours sleep, bro. The rest of that stuff, and I'm in the bed and it's queuing. My wife like, what are you doing? I'm like, man, thank you. We gotta get out of this. You know what I'm saying? So I say 4.5, like my man, Mr. Wayne Clark. Because there's nothing significant like his family member that he lost. My heart go out to you. But
I
there are
appreciate
things,
that.
you know what I'm saying? So sorry I had to give you the long version, but that's what it is.
Oh man. So
I can give you some more. I give you some more words. Hey, my words of wisdom is obstacles are part of the path. I always say this. I will always say it. Obstacles are part of the path. So if you think you getting a hard time and things are God give you obstacles so that you can grow and apply them to future obstacles. So when you think that somebody holding you down, no, it's part of the path. It is part of the path. If there's no path, if there's no obstacle, there's no path. That's it. I get off my pedestal now.
Nah, hey, that was good right there, bro. Hey, I'm going out there to look for more obstacles.
T-Max.
Yeah.
Scale of 1 to 5, man. How you feeling?
When you ask me how I'm feeling, you meaning me personally or what we talking about? Like me as a whole?
You personally, 1 to 5.
Okay. Man, I would say about a 3.5. Yeah. As Tavon just spoke about, bro, it's always room for improvement, room for growth. Ain't nothing perfect. So if 5 is the threshold, if the 5 is the limit, then I'm definitely not a 5. There's always something going on. As you know, bro, we deal with the Freedom 5 funnels. I changed the name. I used to talk about the Fatal 5 funnels, but if you're looking at it in the positive light, it's the Freedom 5 funnels. As long as you take care of your spiritual, mental, physical, social, and financial, you would be okay. But just know that if we measure it on the 1 to 10 basis, 1 being the least, 10 being the greatest, uh, one good tip I would give anybody out there: you'll never be a 10 in all categories at the same time. The universe and God don't set it up that way. And here's another thing about our assessment that we do on that scale. Most people strive to be a 10 in majority, if not all, of those categories. Um, so when they find themselves in any one of those 5 categories as a 3 or a 4 or a 2 or a 1, they ready to lose it because they think they have so much room to grow or so much ground to cover that they really don't feel good inside. And here's what my mentor, Mr. Brian Bean, shout out to Brian Bean over there at Extra Digit Global. Here's what my mentor taught me. You don't have to be like, just because you're a 3 or a 2 or a 4, 5 is balanced. So you don't have as much room or much ground to cover as you think just to get back on your square. 5 is balanced. So if you find yourself a 3 or a 4, all you got to do is go ahead on and make that extra that extra work, put that extra prayer, put that extra meditation, fasting, whatever your thing is to center yourself. Because some people be out of bounds in areas that they really don't understand, that you don't have that much ground to cover. So look, bro, I feel like I'm a 3.5, but every day I wake up, I strive for 5. You heard?
I appreciate y'all, brother, for sharing that, man. That means a lot. Personally, me, I'm about a 4 3/4. That's where I'm at right now. We talked yesterday about not getting credit, and that has been a big thing this week for me when I have literally shared stuff with people and they didn't do the simplest thing of just saying, oh, I got this from D. Oh, I learned this from P. I learned this from Joe. I learned this from Wayne. I learned this from Ronnie. What they did was they act like any information that was credible, they went and quadruple checked it and saw that I was right and still didn't say you were right. So it's been that approach as if like, why are you trying to act like I want to harm you and I never harmed you? That shit's disheartening. So it takes about a good portion away from me, but most like we said, man, God is good and he keeps pushing us forward. So that's why I stay at a 4 3/4 right now. And I'll be a 5. Not saying that I'm perfect. Now I think people need to understand that 5 doesn't mean perfect. It just means that's a level of appreciation that you get to have and enjoy to yourself. To be in said situation where you can really enjoy yourself. My God, bro, that's priceless. That's priceless. I think the only thing that may top that is God say, look, man, I got you a spot in heaven. Right? I think that's about the only thing that can top that. Outside of that, man, I'm just not giving in to people's notions and things because the realization is 95% of the shit they bring in my way ain't got nothing to do with me. It has absolutely nothing to do with me. It ain't got nothing to do with where I'm going. It ain't got nothing to do with where I've been. It ain't got nothing to do with who I am. It ain't got nothing to do with who I'm going to be. And it damn sure ain't got nothing to do with who I've been to them. So I've been set free from that. And like, man, y'all got it. Y'all got it. God bless you. God bless you all. And if you don't want that as your victory, you don't want that as your claim, hey, listen, let it go to the next man. because I'm gonna get mine. So with that being said, fellas, I want to talk about the business side of life, that jobs that are out here that people don't know that they exist and they're paying well, because we're hearing these negative connotations about men in the job that they have, and not knowing these jobs pay pretty solid. First thing first, I'm gonna highlight the garbage man. Why would you highlight the garbage man? Because that some bitch seem to be working every damn day. Every day. Every day somebody has some trash. All the time. And guess what? As long as he's on the clock, correct me if I'm wrong, Pete, he getting a check, right?
You ain't lying. And trash ain't stopping. Trash ain't stopping.
So we gotta get this stigma off certain career paths, because somebody was, who was it that I think somebody was on our platform once that said they wanted to be a trash man so they could ride on the back of the truck. And I thought about that. I said, as a kid, hell, that got to be everything. I just want to ride on the back of the truck. It's so simple. It's so cool. I get paid to play. It's a reverse athlete. It truly is a reverse athlete. And what do an athlete get to do? They get paid to play. They get paid a king's ransom to play a child's game. And so think about it. If a lot of people made their jobs or got a job that they saw where it was just fun, how much appreciative they would be. But the stereotype on career paths of certain people, particularly us men, if we hold them, we're looked down upon. You know, being a general manager of a fast food restaurant is nothing to look down upon. Being a store manager of a Walmart is nothing to look down upon. Because what you don't know is the sons of bitches get a percentage of what the store bringing in.
Bro, did y'all see the Buc-ee's pay chart? What you make at Buc-ee's? Man, bro, y'all need to look that up, man. Buc-ee's, bro, Buc-ee's, the janitor make 120, bro. The janitor, $120. Cashier, $120. Man. I mean, hey, man, we go down laundry list of stuff, man.
Also, I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad Wayne here, because when's the last time outside of the day have you seen or heard a man say he do taxes?
Well, I'm gonna use Wayne. Believe that.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, again, not trying to be spiteful or tear down the women, but they twerking and showing they BBLs. Talk about to come, let me do your taxes. And I'm like, hey, sis, you might be good at what you do. I mean, I don't know exactly what it is that you do. So, and again, that's your hustle. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that there's a lot that comes with what comes off with that you give off, right? If you give me stripper, I don't want you touching my taxes. I don't. Nothing wrong with strippers. But I just think about 80%, 90% of your time is twerking, coming down poles, VIP sections, popping bottles. I don't think of a stripper being a crunching number or knowing codes. Now, not to say that it can't happen, but the mindset of me is like, that's not what I'm thinking about. First thing I see somebody that's clapping their ass cheek, talking about come get your taxes by Big Booty Brenda in Bethlehem County over in. I'm like, hey, I'm cool. All right. What y'all got to say about it?
I can't go in the strip club, man. There's better ways to blow some money.
Well, look, most of the time when those people use those, most of the time when people doing taxes and they have like other jobs and other careers, but they do taxes seasonal, they actually just using the program that you can download yourself, and the program does it for you. You just put in, it's like almost like filling out a W-4 form at work. It's going to ask you 0 here, 2s here, 3s there, itemize, do this, da 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 da. Hit the damn button, and Big Booty Brenda did your taxes by a system. You see what I'm saying? And I don't know if Wayne is still listening. I see he's still here, but they don't know a lot of the advantages. It's over 476 different tax deductions that you can get as a home-based business owner that you have to qualify for, but they are available. Then they don't know the 3 buses that you need to ride on, even if you're going to hold down the job. That's a W-2, a 1099, and turn that into capital gains. And we're going to talk about a complex trust to get you down to a foundation where you really can write almost all of that, all through donations. But we'll get to that later on. Big Booty Brenda will not be doing mine because I got Slim Booty Keisha to do it. You heard?
Do they work at the same place?
Nah, she from the North Pole.
Oh.
I'm joking.
I just needed to know. You know what I'm saying? I got to wash my hands before I go into this place. It might be a little disgusting. Hey, so I got a question, man. This for the group. Because why should I allow D to be out on an island by herself asking questions to men, right? I got a question for you, Al Tariq. What legacy do you want people to associate your name with? I got a softball. That's my softball for the day. Did I say something? You hear me? Anybody hear me? No? Oh. Ronnie, man, answer the question for me, man. Man, Al must have didn't hear me or something.
If I heard it correctly, what legacy you want your name attached to?
Yeah, associated with. Yeah.
Associated with?
Yeah.
Legacy, man. That sounds like a little bit of a not a softball, more like a curve. That's a tough one. But let me give you a brief synopsis then. My sons, that's what comes up. Continuing manhood, taught shit that isn't taught to the sons, the next generation. Like how to drink out of a water hose.
Hell yeah. Well,
did we lose most audio?
Yeah, I'm about to say, man, we must lose audio, man.
No.
Hello?
What up,
Hello?
Obi?
What's going on,
Hey,
fellas?
Wayne. How's it going, brother?
Hey, Wayne. No, you good, Wayne. What you got to say?
Yeah, I was on another phone call, but I was listening the whole time. But my mama named Brenda, man, and she got a big booty. But I do want to respond to what y'all were talking about earlier, man, about businesses, that are kind of underrated. I mean, it's a lot of jobs out here that people overlook, man. I mean, they pay well, high demand, steady income. I mean, you got trades, court clerks, paralegals, HVAC, CDLs, IT support. Even at the courthouse, the FBI federal headquarters, man, you got office worker that work at the front. They making $24, $25 an hour. And I want to see a lot more of our people, man, working in those areas so we can have constructive criticism in the neighborhoods that we grew up in versus take them to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Save lives too.
So, and
You
Wayne,
know,
I
some of
want
these
to ask.
careers pay 50,
Oh,
60,
go ahead.
70,000.
My bad. Yeah, my bad.
And it's funny you say
No,
that
go ahead, bro.
because it's funny you say that, and I'm gonna let P go. It's funny you say that because me and bro, and that'd be T Max Network. When we look at somebody bringing in 50, 60,000, we don't see that as that's not money. We see that as that's plenty money. What
Yeah.
it is the operation under that money can make it not be money, right? And that's the difference is the mindset of the average person, because nobody for the most part wants to be patient, right? This is why the odd thing is people work and work and work and work, and then, oh yeah, I got my taxes. But what do they do when they get that lump sum of cash? They fuck it off. Just let's be transparent about it. They go buy the TV, the couch, or whatever the case may be. They don't make an investment back into themselves that is going to hold off. They don't hold that money for a long or a rainy day. They just go and I can go pop this bottle now and get this $2,000 section. I think that's odd. But who am I?
So, just like, what's his name? Clark. I forgot his name. Wayne. Yeah. So Wayne, like when I look at a lot of like job set and job skills, especially stuff that's trending, right? With the change in the market, and you know, like you can pretty much forecast what's going on in the world today by looking at what civilization is pushing, right? So AI is everything right now. And if you do a little research, you don't have to be an AI engineer, but that shit can't run on its own, right? It requires resources and stuff like that. So you don't have to be the AI engineer, but you could be the supporting cast, just like everything else, right? Just like IT, when IT came in, it was big on like networking, and you had to learn the OSI model, and you got to learn the tree of this all this stuff, routing, connectivity. But you like that shit can't talk to itself. So people don't understand redundancy, satellites. People don't understand that the cables got to get ran. People don't understand that all these interconnecting parts must connect for this system to be a system. And when you revert back to AI requires a lot of resources, like real resources, like things that's happening like on the world. Like you need a bunch of electrical engineers. You need a bunch of electricians. You need a bunch of like data hub places, because it's the cloud is everything. You got to have these big data centers, big data platforms that supporting big data platforms. So like all of that stuff comes into play. Where you could just go be the HVAC technicians, because them things got to be cooled. Wheel mechanics, because that stuff needs to be carted. Logistics, all that stuff, man. Like when you talk big data platform and all that other stuff, that future technology stuff that comes into play, and it starts jobs, and when you get back to like the trash man, the only reason why I won't be a trash man, I just can't deal with the cold weather, bro. Like if trash man made $120, I'll be out there.
And some of them do give, like, depending on where they at in the region. But my thing is just highlighting the fact of don't pee on the working man or individual, particularly more so the working man, because if a woman worked the job for $5 an hour, you know, again, we're not bashing them, she's not going to get ran into the ground.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's not going to get disrespected for the job that she houses. She might get disrespected for her sexual orientation,
right? Which is not right, but you're not constantly being beat down for your job that you do. And even when you see men and even yourself bettering yourselves, it's still kind of like, why you gonna do that? What you gonna do that for? And it's like, all right, well, that's when people stop having certain discussions. Obi, man, welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you once again, brother. On a scale 1 to 5, man, 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, man. Where you at? Where you at? How you feeling?
I'm gonna say this because I listened to everybody else's. I was on the YouTube waiting on T Mac, but I listened to everybody. I'm gonna say a 5, but my outlook is a little different.
Right.
So my 5 is I always feel like things happen for you, not to you. And so if something goes wrong or not on schedule with what my mind is thinking and my brain, I feel like God got a plan for me. So it ain't no sense of me going down, ain't no sense of my mood changing, my happiness changing. That means something better's coming. And it's happened in the last 3 weeks where, I went through a situation where, my ex-wife caused some ruffle in my life and I had to change and adjust a few things. But in the last 4 days, life has gotten 100 times better. And I didn't dwell on what was going on, the negative. I focused on the positive and moving forward. And it ended up being a blessing in disguise. And so my 5 is always going to be a choice more so than how I woke up and felt. Well, I chose happiness this morning. So this evening with you brothers, I'm choosing that same happiness because God is going to always provide the best possible outcome for my greater good and for the people around me. So with that, that's just me.
I understand. Ronnie, everything that's been said, especially with people saying, do you think men are really having enough discussions with themselves about day-to-day life and even the future? Like, we will see some stuff in the future and then we'll work that. And then once we get there, it's kind of like, just keep working that. And then it doesn't. You think is that something you think that happens with us? We're not having enough discussions with ourselves about the ongoing process?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I've just recently come to that realization. I'm 42 fucking years old regarding oneself. And I just believed, and again, to keep it short, it brings enlightenment. It's the one thing that can bring wisdom that we're not going to have access to without. And that takes self-reflection. That takes anticipation. That takes planning. That takes foresight. It takes faith. And we're not doing enough of that.
Right. And that's something I found recently with myself, fellas, is that I've always had discussions with myself, like in spurts, like especially if I mess up, like, come on, man, come on, you got this, you got to do better. But then I'm like, what about, I remember Joyce Meyer saying something. I said it on here before. Joyce Meyer said something that was pure gold. She said the problem with some of y'all, reason why y'all don't like yourselves, because you're always mean to yourself. And she said this thing. She said, say 5 things to yourself that nobody has ever said to you, that you notice about yourself, and say them 100 times each. And I said, wait a minute, that's 500. All right, that's 500 total. That's not really a lot. The average person speaks 1,000 words from the time they wake up to roughly around noon. And I just started practicing some of that stuff, man, and it works. Muhammad Ali confirmed it with himself. But how did you know you was gonna be the greatest? He said, I didn't. I just said it so much that I believed it. And so it's just that for the men that I would segue and encourage men, fellas, have the talks with yourself that nobody is going to have with you. We've gotten a little bit a little bit estranged from the truth. So if P was to pull me to the side and be like, hey, bro, I know he gonna tell me how to love. I know he gonna tell me because he wants to see me succeed. Hey man, you ain't really give your all. You ain't do your best. I know you got more in. And my response like, man, if I do any of that, it's because I know he's right. And I just don't want to face it. But if I've already had that discussion with myself, this is how it's gonna go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood.
Yep.
Like he could have went left on me. Man, get your ass up off your ass and go to work. Get to it. I'm like, yes, sir. So we've gotten, and I think this is why it's like why I wanted to highlight the job aspect of things, because we talked about trends, and one of the biggest trends for income is content creators. Not content creators. I think they do wonderful job, and stuff of that nature. But at some point in time, we're gonna scroll past somebody, right? I look at content creators in a sense like 90s R&B. There was some tough acts that you go back and you like, who the hell is this? Oh man, that was such and such, man. What you mean they was out in 93? I was out in 93. What you know? Like, and it's gonna be the same kind of conversation down the line. Like, who is this content creator? What do you mean they was around? As a matter of fact, it was a girl on Cam's show one time talking, and I said, "Pardon me, and forgive my ignorance, but who is this person?" Like all the YouTube I've ever watched from the beginning of YouTube, who the hell is this woman, Hoppo? And everybody just chimed in and bust out like that's my thought. That's my thought. But apparently, some people know her, right? And the thing that I like about content creators, and again, is that the misconception is that you have to have these millions of followers to get, these deals. And the fact is you really don't. You got personality gift for gab, God bless you. You could go ahead and you could structure a deal. You got 1,000 followers, that's enough to go ahead and get you in the door, right? But you have to have something about you that you know that you have about you, right? People could tell you, oh, you're funny. People, oh, you're cute. That don't mean nothing if you don't know that. So I just wanted to highlight for men all the actual jobs that's out here, bro. There's people who getting paid $100 an hour dusting off light bulbs. That's a real job. And why they get paid so much? Because they're at a height where, it's considered hazardous, dangerous. And so they cover them. They look out for them. And let's say that average person only worked 3 hours a day. That's $2,100 a week. I mean, again, we're looking at the title of glass cleaner.
250 a day is $100K.
I mean, $2,389 a day you'll be a millionaire. So that's 1 year.
Hey man, you flip $1,000 10 times, man, you'll be a millionaire, man.
At the top of it all, they train you, pay you to train you, per diem you, and then and they got all. It's safe. Like as long as you pay attention to training, like it's safer than climbing a fucking ladder at the house.
Right on. Go ahead, Obi. You were saying something?
Yeah, I was going to add to the job, because I was listening. Like I said, I was listening to you guys earlier. One of the funniest things is, when I finished playing basketball, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. The same old story. I played a little professional, and then when it ran its course, it's like, okay, all I've done is play basketball, and I got this degree, but what am I going to do with it? And I used to see these people. I lived in a nice high rise downtown Chicago. I used to see these people pass out these LA Fitness 1-day passes, 7-day passes. And I'd be like, man, I'll never do that, man. Them people ain't making no money. Went to Atlanta like 4 months later, and my brother worked for LA Fitness. I went in the gym and I went to hoop. When I got done, I was sitting behind the desk waiting on him to get off work. And I looked behind him, and there's this board with like this money chart. And it was like 5,000, 7,000, 9,000. And I'm like, oh, that's the sales y'all doing. And he's like, nah, bro, that's the commission we make. I said, oh, that's what you made like this month or this quarter? He's like, no, that's what I made for this pay period, which is 2 weeks. And it was like, no, I was like, and he was one of those people that was passing out the 1-day, 2-day passes. Man, I signed up to work at LA Fitness so quick. I made like, I'm the fastest right now. I'm the fastest from salesperson to GM in the history of LA Fitness. And I opened the first 2 LA Fitnesses in San Antonio, Texas. But when I say I went from my mind thinking these people was making like $10 an hour and judging them to realizing that you can make a career. Like I know guys who've been in the fitness industry 25 years and are well off millionaires off sales. And you look at things and, kind of what you said about the garbage truck. The garbage truck's been a solid job for any community, a hardworking man making money and being able to take care of his family. And then a lot of it is like what region you live in. Because 60,000, 55,000 in Arkansas, you damn near it feel like 100,000 because your rent's only $700-800. And you can buy a house for 200,000-300,000 and it look like a mansion. And so it's we got to get out the mind frame of what people do to make money and try to figure it out. How do they maximize the money that they make? And for me, I was telling somebody, like, I didn't fill out a job application for LA Fitness. My brother just walked me through the door, and I happened to sign a corporate lease with a company that I knew and got lucky and got moved up. So I've never, when I tell people this, I've never worked a job. And that wasn't a job to me because I worked out every day. I was in the gym every day. So me walking people in and putting them through a workout and getting them to sign up, it wasn't work for me. But it gave me a living for like 8-9 years before I decided I wanted to be a coach. And so, as you look at jobs, it's like find your passion. I always tell people when you do what you love, it don't feel like work, and the money come when you're good at it.
Right.
Money's probably the least important.
I don't even really. I would love for people to find their passion, but I would just like people to get in and do something that they having fun at first. Like, is this something that's enjoyable first? Right? Because you have to be able to compartmentalize certain things, right? And if it's something that you're having fun, but you ain't truly passionate about, but you got this organizational skill down, you got this training down and that training and this, that, and the third. So when you get to your passion, it's a well-oiled machine by then, right? And so I don't knock people going for their passion. I really don't. I really, really don't. But I always like for a little bit of structure. Shout out to my homegirl Tanika. We was talking about the movie Limitless. Do y'all know? I broke this down to my boy today. I said, do y'all know what the most poignant part of that movie was?
Enlighten me.
What was the first thing he did after he took the pill?
I don't know, man.
When he finished his book,
he cleaned his apartment. He organized everything in it. And that right there, I was telling my homegirl, I say, look, that was the thing that gave you the precedence of how the movie was going to go. Everything he had his hands on was organized to the T. And all started with that one little apartment that he had that he straightened the hell up. And I'm like, he built a system right then and there on the spot. And that's the thing. Something that small
because you military, bro. You know what they say. First thing you do when you get up, make your bed. That's achieving something. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand that when you get out of bed, you want to be better than 99% of the people, make your bed. Make your bed when you get out the bed first thing in the morning. You want to be better than 99% of people that day. And I'm not talking like it's going to be life-changing instantly. You have already treat it like it's a video game. You want to clear level 1? Get up and make your bed. You want to go even further? When you go into that restroom before you brush your teeth, tell yourself 5 good damn things about yourself. Don't wait on me. Don't wait on P. Don't wait on Ronnie. Don't wait on Obi to hype you up. Because one day, we may not be available to do that. Even if we not dead. Everybody's got things they like to do.
Yeah, man. Everybody had become a self-starter, bro. And at your start, man, start up top, bro. You gotta motivate yourself, man. Man, you can tell, man, you gotta ask Al, man. Al know, bro. I had a team, like 10 of them. Al was one of them. I had three sergeants, man. He was one. Had his what was it? Yeah, he was one. And he was one. I had his white cap. And I had this guy that he couldn't even pass PT test, man. Like he fat dude. I mean, he wasn't fat, but we decided to get him motivated. He got to get motivated, bro. I'm gonna tell you, man. No joke, man. These dudes was running. Let's say in 2 miles, one dude he wasn't even passing. He was running like a fucking 19-minute 2 mile. And I said I was gonna start this run club. This run club got recognition, man. Like all over Fort Gordon, man. We was in the newspaper and everything. And I told Al, I said, man, look, we started this thing. I don't want, I was the boss. I didn't want no recognition. I was like, man, y'all get the recognition, man. Because that shit don't matter to me. What matters to me is that everybody on that team gets an opportunity to get an award and get recognized, and we go and everybody get promoted. That's all I was worried about. Because the impact, I think, like and coaches understand what I'm about to say, right? If you got, if you ever been in a coaching role, you'll understand about the multiplier, right? About motivation, teaching, the person gripping the information, and then it becomes the multiplier for them to go out and do something great, right? And I did it with my family. But unfortunately, we only got 2 millionaires and not 4, right? So you got to drop the seed and make them a believer, right? Once you get past the believing, you get them to a point where they can regurgitate what you're trying to teach them. And then when they get to the point where they try to teach them, you get them to perform consistently without you, and then they become the next teachers. And then you'll get your flowers later, right?
Right.
And that's what I did with Al, right? I ain't gonna lie, to be a big dude, he can run. But nobody was prepared to run that marathon, bro. And when I was breaking down barriers, bro, 6 miles a night, bro. Every night, bro. We ran at least 6 miles, bro. And I was like, I don't know if I could do this shit. And they just hold, a part of that was like them holding my feet to the, hold my feet to the fire. And I was like, well, fuck it. We'll run. Bro, we were clocking like 60 miles a week, bro. Like that is unreal. You know what I'm saying? And bro, the team was so solid. They were so, man, I'd never been in my whole military career, I never had a group of everybody was like high speed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was go-getters. Not one dud in the bunch, bro. And that is hard to come past, man. That is fucking hard. You're gonna always have that one person that is not gonna fucking give you that 100%. Or they be so, everybody be so great at their talent that this one person will shine, even though they might not be great. They just don't fit the bill because everybody else is performing so well. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
this I had a team full of all-stars, bro, and that was a blessing. And it brought out the best of me because every last one of them held my feet to the fire. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was like definitely striking my leadership and trying to get them to do. It was crazy how I see everybody right now, like how Al's doing. He got you on the podcast, and you doing great things, and like. Not saying that was me because he always wanted to do something, but for me to drive him, oh yeah, he know that he couldn't half step being around me.
Yeah, and that's the thing, bro. And I love that trickled down toward my life and things and how they go. And so, we talking now. We talking legacy amongst friends and brothers now. Let's give it up for my guy Jay Prince in the building.
Prince,
what up, Jay Prince?
What up, y'all?
What up, man? Welcome, man. Black House represent. Black House president is in the building amongst T-Max and the S.I.T, man. So 1 to 5, man. 1 to 5, man. 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling about it too.
2.
But if I think about everything else,
I got some questions for you, bro. I got some questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
And they just real simple question. You got out of bed this morning?
Yeah.
You get something to eat?
Barely.
You get something to eat?
Huh?
You got something to eat?
Yep, I got something to eat.
You got a roof over your head?
That's questionable, up for debate.
You ate in the last 24 hours?
Yeah.
So everything has an ultimatum. I'm not discrediting.
I get where you're coming from to be more grateful for what I got.
No. I'm not even doing that. You got a 2. So I'm recognizing your 2. Your 2 is your 2. Your 2 is your 2. Right? So this is how I look at it. You said you got something to eat. You said questionable, right?
Yep.
So you got to look at the flip side of it, right? You didn't get nothing to eat. Well, you needed to fast, right? To get them damn worms and bugs and all that shit out of there. So, hey, no problem. You didn't eat. It's healthy for you. You know what I'm saying? So forget all that. If you don't have a roof over your head, that means God's seeing you. The light shines on you. You need the vitamin D, baby. So, hey, let's move beyond that. You get to lay your head down. That means your brain is functioning to see how you could get out of the funk. So your brain is moving. So, bro, you good. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at things. You know what I'm saying? So if your 2 is a 2, okay, we respect that. But you got to look at the other side of it. You got to change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying that I don't recognize your 2, bro. Some days I feel like I'm a 2, but I forgot, man. I woke up, bro. He gave me another day to go attack this beast. And every obstacle is part of the path. I say it every day, bro. An obstacle is a part of the path. You know what I'm saying?
I just wish my circumstances and my body can really believe that. Oh yeah, I want to start off by apologizing to Ronnie for I rewatched that video, brother, and I was out of line. Talking about your wife and stuff like that, bro. Because I always have had. I don't really like talking about people's wives and stuff. Even though that triggered me, I could still have my point of view without disrespecting people's personal wives and children and things like that. That was uncalled for.
I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, I appreciate that, but I also appreciate you still getting your message out. So thanks for putting me on.
Yes, sir, man.
Oh yeah.
This is what I'm talking about right here. This is
I never want nobody to leave me feeling bad or feeling upset with me.
Yeah, man. This is what I'm talking about. This is how it goes down at the cigar lounge, really. Men just having discussion and hashing it out. And again, nobody getting up out their good, comfortable leather seat. You gonna sit right there and smoke their stick and yeah, man, it's all understood. And then we're gonna go on and move forward. So It's still love, and I appreciate you, Jay, man. I appreciate you, Ronnie, for accepting, man. I thank y'all for being here with me. And I thank you for sharing that you had a 2 out of 5, man, because Al said he was a 3. And so, man, the transparency and the level of it all is great, man. It's great because, I used to ask guys this on the show that we had on another platform, and a guy would be like, I don't know. And I would simply say, that's good. They was like, what? I'm like, you just said it. You're like, I don't know. I said, not knowing is a form of knowledge. You don't know how you feel. So now we have a starting point. Now what we're going to do, we're going to scale back. We're going to come together and we're going to sit right here quietly. And you're going to have all the reflection you need until it hits you to say, I know why I felt off. I know why I felt lost. I know why I felt confused. And I think like men, this is why S.I.T, bro, is so pivotal because it is a double entendre. Yes, success is the best revenge overall. But most of all, bro, sometimes to get your thoughts really worked out, you're going to have to take a sit. You're going to have to sit down with your brothers and have that good heart to heart, have that talk, and understand like this is why this discussion was so pivotal, not because I'm like, we highlight a lot of stuff. P do a lot of stuff with basketball and things of that nature, and professional athletes are great. I love them. But the problem is with that is more jobs for your ass in cybersecurity than it is for you in the NBA. Watch the basketball player say this about a year ago, almost 2 years ago. And he's on the podcast, and he's like, I forget the guy's name. He was pretty good. He had 6 years, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get like a max contract or something. He said, I got to be out of my mind. I was like, well, why is that? And the thing was, he said, bro, I'm in the NBA.
What's good, T-Mac?
And everybody in the room was like, yeah, bro, you doing good. You in the NBA. He said, yeah, that's the problem. I'm out my mind. I got 1 of 400 jobs. And there are millions in this country vying for it. The sport went global. So there's hundreds of millions vying for my job. I said, bro, I could have been making the same kind of money doing cybersecurity.
Bro, I say this also too, right? Those guys need the same support for what they have also, because now they're targets. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Their checks are publicly shared.
Right.
Finances. I mean, everything, bro. Like their houses.
Status. Yeah, hold on. Yeah.
Status, everything. My cousin hit me up one day in a panic, bro. He was like, bro, look what somebody just sent me. He sent it to me, sent me a screenshot. I said, what the fuck? So he's like, hey, bro, you got somebody down there to figure this out. So I called some guys, gave me the information and shit. And they went and dug it up, and they were like, hey, nah, this is just it's like it was like a mass like hoax or something that that they sent out to like them type of people, right?
Right.
So he had got his whole PR team, legal, lawyers, everybody. I was like, bro, slow down. You don't hit the panic button. Just like how all these corporations need cybersecurity, bro. All these NBA players, some of these companies don't even make how much these NBA players, make a year. You know what I'm saying? So they need the same support because they're the targets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the more sophisticated the attacks get, the more sophisticated the defenders have to be for the people that's just making the money, man, bro. It's the field is out there. You know what I'm saying? And then how AI is rolling now, bro. I mean, nobody could sleep because AI don't need to sleep. So, like while we laying our head down, that thing is automated and it's running. And then when you get up, it give you a report. Everything that happened while you was closing your eyes, man. So, you got to think that way, man. These machines is like they're programming these machines to be to do some phenomenal things. And if we not ready for it, man, you get rolled over, bro. Real fast.
Right. And I think that people need to understand that AI is not going to take your job if you don't upgrade yourself.
Yes.
And I think that's where we get really lax at is like you said earlier, somebody's going to have to work it because it ain't going to do it all by itself, right?
Yeah.
And I always remind people this is that the people who make the technology, they do die. So guess what's going to happen to the technology?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to die.
Yeah.
And we have this sense of, I don't know, kind of like a godlike complex where, oh, I'm gonna do this, it's gonna live forever. Long enough to let people feel like it's gonna be forever, right? There's going to come a day and time that George Washington is not a topic of discussion. Donald Trump, not a topic of discussion. Everybody that's here, we're not going to be a topic of discussion. It's going to be a whole nother wave or group of people that won't look back this far for shit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the kicky part.
Yeah.
But man, now we got that out the way. Now, fellas, I hope you
real quick, man. Since Mr. J. Prince for president just hopped on, you mind hitting that enlightenment question back with him about self-reflection? I want to see where his thoughts might be.
Yeah, Mr. President.
Yo, y'all can hear me?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Now you go.
What happened?
I don't know.
So self-enlightenment question, what do you mean?
There was a question he was supposed to ask. And
he probably didn't ask anything, just dropped off.
There goes Ronnie. Oh, he had a call.
Yeah, I got you back up. I don't know what happened. But yeah, you was asking the question about like if we think we self-reflect enough or whatnot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the question I asked, like, as men, do you think men have enough daily discussions with themselves about where they at and where they want to be?
Me personally, I think that could be a detriment. It could lead to a detriment. It could lead to a lot of self-doubt. It could lead to depression. It could lead to a lot of different negative, overwhelming yourself. I understand the magnitude of trying to have self obedience and self discipline, but it can also be harmful. Me, I just let nature take its course. I come up with, I don't too much pray. I pray my mind and I pray with my actions, and I just live, create new. I look for creating new experiences and new memorable moments to add to my story of my life. So whatever I did wrong or didn't do, it was meant to happen. Self reflect could be good, okay, if it needs some immediate, but altering myself or changing myself, I just let growing pains grow, and pain just leave your body. So I don't want to force myself into doing something because it will be unnatural for me.
Right.
So I'd rather just let myself evolve.
Right. I think when it came down to it wasn't more so like reflect on your past. It's more like reflect on where you want to go. Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like instead of being a detriment to yourself, share with the fellas, Joyce Myers once said that the problem is a lot of people don't like themselves because they're too busy being mean to themselves, and they need to find 5 things that nobody has ever said to them that they know and say one of those things each 100 times. So I'm like 500. That's 500 good things that you tell yourself, and Therefore, there's a system in place with that, right?
Yeah, so when it comes to me, the best place I always like to visit is the state of freedom in my mind and be free spirit, no matter where I'm at. And it brings you so much confidence internally, and it enhances your soul. So everything else, I don't want to strive on my past or my future. I want to live in the moment because you don't know if you're gonna wake up tomorrow. A lot of people, they strive for tomorrow, and a lot of times they don't make it, and
Right.
then they don't waste their whole life. Every day they wake up, they think about tomorrow or yesterday. They never think about in that moment. So
Mm.
I think that you can have goals, but still don't forget that your heart is beating right now. It can stop at any moment,
Mm-hmm.
and all of them future goals will go out the window. But what you are completing at this moment, how is that me start thinking like that made me realize what's important is uh who you are at that moment,
Mm-hmm.
and 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 learn how to enjoy the moment every day you wake up. That will give you a long last. That will make your life longer. If you wake up every day skipping your heartbeat because you worry about 5 years from now, 2 years from now, 10 days from now, you're not living. So time go by quick for you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you out there actually living, a year feel way much longer than you worry about next year.
Right. But I don't think it's so much that you necessarily worry, right? Prime example, I take myself, right? There's a lot more that I'm excited about my future, and beyond my own personal future, just the future of other people that may be around and come in contact with me because of some small changes that was made. And those small changes were actually a long prayer that has been around for a long time. And it came in the most unlikeliest of ways, which how God does. So when I sit here and I think, I'll share this with you. If I was ever to live the lottery, ever, and I don't play the lottery, if I was to ever just to hit it, there's hundreds of millions of dollars right now. Do you know what I'm going to do for the first 3 months? I'm going to go lock myself up in a hotel room across town for 90 days. Because either day 90 or day 91, I ought to have a well formulated plan that I'm going to implement on day 90 or day 91 when I leave that hotel. Because one, I didn't put myself in a position that I had to get my mind straight. I had to get my mentals going. I had to get my body cleaned out and things of that nature for a new path that I'm going to embark upon. And I had to distance myself from certain environments that couldn't be contagious, right? Because it's easy to slip back into, things or it's easy to be tempted. Jay Prince got all his money. Yeah, boy, I beat your black ass. And you be like, hold on, wait a minute. You don't know who you're talking to. I'm $100 million man. Not only am I not gonna fight with your ass, I'm gonna pay somebody to fight you, and then we gonna go from there. Like you have to check yourself. You got to check your intentions because each day you go through these things, you are still you, but the you that you are becoming are the you that you haven't been before. You know what I mean? So the reflection part, not a horrible thing.
I think we should be that way without money. When God created us, He created us with all of that. I don't think we need money to feel that type of. I think we was trained to think that we need money to feel these feelings. I think that's why we chase money a lot because it give us we chasing this feeling that we never experience, and we think that it's gonna answer all our prayers. We won't never be upset. We won't never be sad again. We won't never be mad again. We just gonna be on cloud nine. But then when we have these examples of people that's already rich, behind that makeup and behind them behind them cameras, they miss being normal.
So here's the situation. It's not that you necessarily use the money to become happy, right? It's just the fact
Mhm.
that what a lot of people don't understand is the happiness that you have on that day is not going to be the happiness that you have a week from now or a month from now. Like it's still happiness, but they're not the same. And so it's the fact that that dopamine or euphoric feeling that a lot of people are chasing, not understanding. Those hits are not going to ever translate day to day, moment to moment,
Yeah, I
second.
personally believe that. I personally believe we get 100 million. I think everything around you gonna become fake. The friends, the relationships, the everything your whole life become in the hands of that in the hands of money. So when you was broke, you was playing the game. Now the game is playing you because now the joystick done turned on you, and now you cannot even fathom yourself without it. And so I don't want to attach my confidence in my happiness to a dollar. I think that money is the same thing as a drug. So you got people that will smoke fentanyl feel the same way, like they got $100 million when they don't fund them a whole ball, right?
Right.
But it's nothing but a drug. So I'm kind of glad I don't have that amount of money because the same side effects that drugs have on people, it's the same side effects that money have on people. They make you steal, they make you delete people, they make you go against your family. Your circle become, and nobody don't want to be around no crackhead. Nobody don't want to be around 100 millionaire. Now for real, for real. So you still gonna feel that internal loneliness.
Mm,
I think that we. That's why I like to live my life in a state of freedom because it yield me to practice on my soul to have that feeling without attaching it. I don't want to be attached. I don't want my sanity or my happiness to be attached to nothing because that means that money, that whatever it is, have power and control over.
right.
It's just
Right.
like your boss. You get this good paying $4,500 company, and at any given moment, your boss come and tell you, we downsizing or we you just got to go.
Mm,
And now it's like they pour water on you. You waking up now, back to the square one you go, but this time it's gonna hit harder.
right. So
So
I think that foreshadowing just a little bit can help you keep you contained. So I give you an example. I remember one day me and my god brother we ride through the city and I had an interview with TJ Maxx and he was like, man, first thing first, bro, let me tell you, I'm proud of you. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna rehearse and make sure you get that job. I say, bet. Dude, we literally talked a whole conversation while in the front seat of his car driving through the city and had a real live interview take place. The next day, the interview process come up. Do you know it was the hardest day for me ever because I literally got asked every single question we rehearsed in that order. Like it was nothing. It was like, wow, this is crazy. So my god brother said to me, hey bro, they gonna ask you this at the end. Do you steal? And you gonna tell him? I said, no, I'm still. He said, yeah. He said, if they gonna ask you for an example, he said, hell, lie on me. Tell him it was a time I was using something to try and get some toilet paper from the job. And you're like, nah, bro, put that back. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna have to let them know that you take a toilet paper. And he literally gave me that, and I was like, okay. Without that
that's
little
what I
bit of
had to do to get this job. I had to lie to get this.
so without that little bit of like rehearsal, you know, foreshadowing, like seeing myself, I probably wouldn't have got that one job, right? And it was good to me because not only did I get that job, I was able to get my mom on. And if I said they would go and interview somebody and like, what do you think about this person? They'll bring them to me like, I'm like, I think they're pretty cool. You know, they seem straight. And then that person would have a job. So because of that, that little thing right there, and I think that's what I'm saying that we as men don't have enough day-to-day discussions with ourselves, putting ourselves in the mind frame of receiving. We accept defeat like that. When do we get to a point where we accept victory? Like when the champagne is being popped, when the trophy being brought out, like at that point, it's kind of too late, right? And so when I used to train kids, I always used to tell them the thing that makes a champion is not the trophy. All the trophy in the ring is that's confirmation for everybody else about what they knew about themselves that nobody else knew. So when do we go ahead and start having those discussions with ourselves more frequently, more often about, listen, I'm gonna get this food truck, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and you start to have these things come up in you. You really do. And when I
But you
started
know what?
accepting victory, go ahead.
Me accept my victory wasn't even my food truck. It was one, my kids, having kids. Two, to be able to raise my kids. Three, when I learned how to live in a state of freedom. Because I think victory is from within.
Right.
Uh, uh, I don't want to attach that to nothing that's superficial. And to me, money is not a victory. It's something to play with. It's a treat. Money is a treat. It, it's like eating cake and ice cream and stuff like that. Even though it's bad for you, but it's a treat. You know, give you a little reward. You don't have. It's gonna taste good. It's gonna feel good. But at the end of the day, I
Right.
think that I learned how to practice having that victory from within and living in a state of freedom. And I think that too much money could just like same with drugs, it can destroy you.
I can see too much money for the wrong mind. Definitely can destroy you. Like somebody like, I don't know if you got to see Joe or even Wayne. Somebody like themselves that, Joe would take that money and build out programs for the children in different communities to teach them skill sets that they have, which he's done on his own. And like he wasn't here, but he lost his wife of 30 years while he was still pushing forth and thriving and trying to get children to become educated in skill sets and open up opportunities for kids that aren't getting certain opportunities, regardless of creed or denomination, being that their demographic was being neglected in certain manners, but they had nothing to do with that. And so he's going out his way to give that to those kids. And so somebody like him, he would have an empire because he'd give them the tools that they need in a place that they could go to have those skill set structures where they can learn game development, they can learn writing, they can learn, all these different type of creative things to make the video games that they want to see and with characters that they would like to see. So that person like that, and even you, Jay Prince, I don't believe that if you had 100 million, I don't think you're gonna go jump in Lake Michigan and snort cocaine. I think you're gonna go down and you're gonna start handing out money to people that that could use it. I don't think you're gonna go blow it. I think you would hand out at least $200, $300, $500 here and there and say, listen, here's some gas money, here's something to eat, here's a little groceries, and then you would be like, dang, bro. People would start divulging and start telling you, man, you just don't know. I was in my last and this happened and that happened. And you start to understand, like, okay, I could help people with just a small amount of money that won't ever hurt me if I got hundreds of millions of dollars. Watching this dude named Zach give people $1,000 and hearing their stories, that's a purpose. That man had a purpose. And at some point in time, he brought that into fruition because it was here. And I think that when what happens is we get so enamored by the grit and the grind that we tend to miss the like, hey, it's okay to finesse certain situations at times. You know what I mean? That if something is to be a blessing that we just walk into it, we should be more comfortable with just walking into it and not saying, oh, this is too good to be true. Well, if it's too good to be true, why is it existing? First thing first, let's figure that out. Why is something so good that it's actually existing and it's too good to be true and it's right in front of you? Now, if it's something that's through hearsay, then
See, I look at the examples of black people that got money. Kanye, Jay-Z, Floyd, and Wu at the band, right?
right.
And their persona, I look deeper than what they showing us. And it is not appealing. I mean, Kanye is losing his damn mind.
But Kanye been having
Yeah,
some.
yeah, but you would think that we all broke people think money gonna cure all your problems internally.
Yeah,
Jay Z look goofy.
well,
see,
when I say accept
Jay,
victories, I'm sorry, Obi. When I say accept victories, it's not always about money, right? Not about money. It's just that as me, when do we get to a point where we say it's okay to get a win today? Just get a win. When do we get to a point where it's just completely all right that if the win happened just to land in my lap and I didn't have to go all out? When is that going to be okay? When is that going to be acceptable that nobody got hurt, nobody got harmed, nobody got disrespected, nobody got cut, nobody got laid off, and I still got to win? When is that going to be acceptable for us, to us? Not to the world, but for us, to us. Because if Obi doesn't like something Obi does, then my thoughts don't matter about it anyway, because he don't like what he's doing. But the moment he loves something and I don't like it still, he don't care. He love what he doing. So that's what I'm saying when I say accept these victories, because trust me, we see it every day. There is somebody hating on LeBron James for something. And my only reason is that motherfucker came into the NBA at 6'6". He spent 4 to 5 summers, and he all of a sudden, LeBron James grew 2 inches, and the rest of the NBA, motherfucker. It's like grown ass man gonna grow 2 more inches as if he needed it. So that gave them something else to be mad about. He don't care. I was like, I'm 6'8", or on paper, but I'm 6'8". He don't care if nobody else don't like he's 6'8" or love that he loved the fact that he's 6'8". So that's what I'm saying about just being accepting just those victories, because we go through our day to day, and we had Wayne on here, and Wayne was talking about tax codes that we should use. Those are there to help push us towards those victories. Just stuff like that, because we talk about and we hear, oh, this woman's using the government that way. This one, okay, fine, that's her thing. But we can use the government too, not necessarily in the same way, but we can use it as well and go get our victory. Go get our victory. I tell you right now, if I was to hit for 400 million, bro, nobody in here got to worry about anything. Nobody. I create a job for every last one of y'all, and y'all be like, why am I making $200,000 a year for no reason?
Nah. Broke people always be the most giving one until they get rich.
No.
Right? We done seen a lot of people talk about what they gonna do. Then soon they get them opportunities.
Hold on. I done already told y'all, motherfucker, I'm not too far distance from Uncle Elroy. All right. Uncle Elroy done gave y'all the blueprint. Yeah, I said I'd never leave the hood and how much I love the hood. Shit. As soon as I got my check, I was gone.
Yeah, once
Like I'm
that
gonna
money
fall back,
touched
bro.
down, you forget about all
Let
of
me
the
tell you
stuff.
something. Let me tell you something, bro. What I really like, and this is what I found out, and I encourage y'all to try this, bro. It is the most amazing thing. This dude said, if you want to see how strong the flesh is, pray for an hour straight. And I thought to myself, I've prayed, but never for an hour straight. And bro, he said, if your flesh craves cookies, it craves interaction, it craves social media, this, that, and the third, right? He said, then you have the answer about what your soul is craving. If it's lust and porn or whatever, you know what your soul is craving. But he said, whatever your soul craves is gonna tell you. Bro, I was in a quiet place, and all I wanted to be was in a place of more silence. I crave silence, bro, and it's crazy. I can literally, bro, all these little stupid little videos talk about, can you stay in this house 50 days by yourself, no cell phone? Sign me up, bitch. Hurry up. Sign me up. Because I know how to be by myself. I know that with that time, what I would get to be able to do is work certain things out that I couldn't. So the first time I left Houston it wasn't because I didn't like my city or nothing like that. Bro, when it rained that hard, that heavy for that long, and no sirens was running, nobody in the streets, nobody yelling, nobody talking, I heard my thoughts. And I said, oh, I got to get to me. I got to get to me. I got to get to me because I'm going to have more than anything. And I have kids, bro. Those kids going to be my kids, but I'm not going to always have them because they going to go give their life to something or to someone in some form of fashion, right? So when that happens, what the fuck am I supposed to do then?
I experienced hitting the jackpot many times though. Let me tell you the feeling you're gonna get. Have you ever had your freedom took? Have you ever been locked up?
Yeah.
And they call your name to go home?
Yeah.
That's better than hitting the lottery. I swear to God on my dead mama grave. When you finally get your freedom back to get released to come home, bro, that's like hitting the jackpot. A lot of people probably never experienced that.
I can see.
You be locked up for a while. They call your name and come home. That's the feeling you're gonna get. You get jittery. You be farting. You be so excited. I'm talking about every minute, every second. And then when they finally open up the door, you get to start kissing the trees. You get to start try to hug birds. You be so excited about nature. Even a roach you won't kill. You be missing the roaches and rats. You be missing, brother. You be missing everything. Everything. So I think that money is a sense of freedom. That's what you really chasing. Because I think that although you is physically free, but a lot of us believe that we need money to have that freedom. And we all feel like we in prison. And our release from this mental prison is $100 million. So it's synonymous with being locked up. When people always they prey on their freedom, they be like everybody in jail or prison, they be like, oh my freedom, oh my freedom. You know, when you don't got freedom no more, and you get to start saying freedom become very valuable. And so once you finally do get released, I think it's the same sense that you would get if you had $100 million.
What if you don't value money?
I'm on that trip where I no longer value money. I sometimes I'll be wanting it, because I be feeling like, okay, it can put me in certain little situations, but it give you a little high. Money make you feel high. It's ironically enough, money make you feel high when you first get it. But it's money is nothing but it's like chasing your freedom. But the problem is we have attached our freedom to money. And so what people really be saying when they what they really want is a sense of freedom. To be money gonna be allow you to have these freedoms that you could be able to just do and buy and be whatever you want to be, and you got that freedom too because now you feel like you got money. But really, all it is you chasing freedom because you feeling like you in prison, although you not. What do y'all think? What are your thoughts?
I feel like money's the you said it. Money's a extra treat for me. Happiness and peace is more important than money, and maybe it's an easier thing for me to say
503-607-16.
because I am blessed enough to make the kind of money for my lifestyle. But for me, I'm more interested in
The
the
607,
happiness of
610.
life. I'm trying to be like Ronnie, chilling at home with my wife and being
Okay.
happy. That's more important than
All
having
right.
$100 million to me. Is getting to that. My children being saved. I
And
always
establishing
tell,
relationships,
yeah,
bonds. I
I
think
always
that's
tell
more
people
valuable.
I put the work in so that my kids can have wealth. I'm the worker. By the time my great grandkids are here, they'll be the wealth. They'll be the kids that don't have to work because great grandpa put in the work for us to enjoy it. See,
Wealth is inside their wombs. Wealth is inside their reproduction. I think that's where the true is wealth at. Because you can't talk about the future without talking about sex. Because no sex, no future. That means nobody ain't having no baby. So I think wealth is come within reproducing themselves and having many babies as possible. I think that's the wealthiest. I don't think money. I think the wealth that God gave us is to be able to produce the most thing that money cannot buy, and that's life. Can't nobody duplicate life and creating life. So I think that when I do hear a lot of people say that they cashing in of reproducing life for a check to make money, I think they went out the word ass backwards. I think that the wealth is inside the creating kids and many kids as possible. Even if you got to break up some homes, I wouldn't mind fucking somebody baby mama or their wife to get put a couple of babies over there. I don't mind it. Hey, one thing about me, y'all gonna know about me. There's gonna be some stuff y'all gonna agree with. There's gonna be some stuff y'all gonna disagree with. I ain't trying to be a bad guy, and I ain't trying to be a good guy. I'm just trying to be me, all the 24/7. So it's a lot of fucked up shit about me. I want the world to know that. I don't mind giving some people baby mama some more kids. So I'm just saying because I value a woman's fertility. I value their womb. Now that's what I value. Now that is a victory when a woman allowed me to impregnate her. That's a victory for me. That's wealth for me. When all of these women give me access to their wombs and submit their bodies and submit their whole life on that birthing table for me and walk around 9 months with my child. I didn't know a sperm, when a baby be in that little bag I didn't know that's actually our semen. Our semen explodes in the woman's stomach, and the baby be inside our semen, growing inside of a woman. I didn't know that. That's why the DNA test would be say 99.9. So majority of the baby is more the fathers than it is the mother. That's why you want to trace people races or trace their history. You gonna have to go off the father. That was just some, but that's what I see wealth in. I see wealth in creating, and reproducing, and reproduction.
There's definitely wealth in that. I think like you're
I
not
think that's the
wrong.
only wealth,
I mean,
because
you're not
everything
wrong.
else gonna go to the miss.
I mean,
I
yeah.
think the only
And
wealth is your last name.
eventually people will too. And that will too. Right?
That's false. Because if that's the case, we won't be here today.
Well,
We've been
here's
wealth
the situation.
always kept life going. Money ain't gonna never do that.
So
What
here's
we
the thing.
think is wealth is not.
Well, oh wow. Did he hit the
What could carry on? Let me ask you, D. What's gonna carry on tomorrow? Financially wealth or reproduction wealth?
I mean, neither, right? Because
No,
everything has a timeline.
no
Everything
reproduction.
well, let me explain this to you, right? So there's going to be a time that somebody can't reproduce, right?
I feel
And
sad for them. Now, those are the truest bums.
well, they're not that they're bums. It's just that
They are bums. A
that
person that
that
can't reproduce what God gave them naturally is a bum. So they might got more money than me. They might say I'm 6 figures, but if you can't reproduce, you a bum. At least I can reproduce because you haven't reached puberty yet. I think that people that can't have kids haven't reached puberty. You never even graduated to the next stages of becoming an adult. At that point, they still act like children. The ones that can't have kids.
well, and I give you point. What I'm saying is that your bloodline at some point in time mixes with somebody else's, and at some point it discontinues. And rather it be by hook or by crook, all things are going to come to an end. Um, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's just the nature of what it is. So family is wealth, right? Because if you capable of putting out a bunch of kids, then you capable of taking care of a bunch of kids too. Let's
No,
say
you don't. You don't got to take care of them. I'm gonna tell you what my daddy told me. I'm gonna tell you what my daddy told me. All you gotta do, son, I gave you life. That's the ultimate gift a parent could give you. Now
right,
it's up to you what you want to do with it.
right. But when I say
I
take
don't
care
remember
of,
half of the stuff that my parents gave me, but I remember that they gave me life. You can't
you're
never
not
forget
supposed to
that.
remember stuff that they get. Remember, you said family is wealth. So
No, they gave me life.
You don't
That's
get
the
that life
that's the most
value.
important thing I remember. That they gave me life.
You don't believe giving that life value.
Life is already valued. You can't outdo that.
Is it?
Nothing that's tangible can outdo life because it don't have life. So what value could you add to life if the value if what you trying to add to life it don't have life itself, it can't add value to life.
kids are healthy. Yeah. Uh,
Man, I'm gonna have tons of kids, and I've been fucking too.
I bet you have. But my thing is Jay Prince.
Raw.
My thing is Jay Prince. You know, times are a little different, right? Just a
It's
little
not
bit.
different for me. It's only different when you believe in it. You believe in the new times.
I,
That's on you.
I gather that, right? Because belief do play a part. However, I knock your ass off a damn 25-foot building, you ain't gonna believe you can fly. You either know you can or know you can't, and your belief ain't gonna help you in that situation. So I would say this: there are certain times that reality just is, and children, unfortunately, aren't always healthy. You know, especially when you mixing with somebody else's genetic pool, you don't know exactly where they pulling back from,
And
and you
all
don't.
money ain't good money.
No, we're not talking money. We're not talking money because money, money is not the end all be all of. That's not what we're saying. That's not what I
But
was saying.
it is, even though we don't like to admit it, it is for people.
Oh no, it is for yeah. I mean, we see it every day. We see it every day. That's why we had a discussion about men getting certain jobs because a lot of people don't understand there's certain jobs they won't get because of titles.
A lot of people have put themselves in spiritual, emotional prison because they feel like they don't add up. They don't beat themselves up because they feel like if they don't got no money in their pocket, they don't add up, and
Yeah.
then they start feeling less confident. They doubt themselves. So even though we could say that, but most people, they attach their lives and sanity and their confidence to money. So money is a big deal for people, especially broke people that never had it, because they was told this is what you need to feel good.
But needless to say, yeah. Needless to say, man, we come together, fellowship like men. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all, man, uh, for taking y'all time out because that's more valuable to me than a dollar,
Hmm.
right? So I thank y'all truly, man. Really, really do. Y'all rock with me. And please come back, come back, come back, come back. Bring somebody, tell somebody that we have more and more discussions and get more and more people freed up from the strains of society and just be more into themselves. That's also more valuable than a dollar. So that being said, fellas, y'all got any remaining words y'all would like to say?
I definitely agree with the money tilt on that note because it was created just by man. Almost right, all slash most created by man is probably not the root of success at its finest, or at least to the point where we're talking about finding happiness and freedom. And I believe that that's what was created. I agree with that. I think he's on to something with that. Like we chasing freedom because we chase that dollar, and they didn't put us in a position systematically so that they can close that loop. That touch on that welfare system too. So I wouldn't mind visiting that conversation on that note because we've made the thing we need. I mean, you got to pay your water bill, you got to pay your electric. I mean, we don't know how to make water, but we know what the ingredients are, and we charge for that shit. It's crazy. So I agree with that point, man. Money definitely that root.
Yep. And what the government and what I would say too is basically what I'm to sum everything up. What I was saying, men capitalize what God gave to us for free naturally, and so they made us have to pay for the water, pay for electricity, pay for stuff that's from the earth, feeling free. Pay for confidence. You got to pay for confidence. You got to have a bank account to have self worth. That's crazy. Like you have to pay for all of this stuff that was naturally given to you. Men capitalize nature, and I don't know, man. this trip that I've been rolling on, man. It's me. My advanced education has been nature, and it literally been having me to think outside the box and stop looking and basically like having real deeper uh outlooks of what's around me and what's been happening. I shouldn't have to pay for freedom. I shouldn't have to pay for no confidence. Pay for water, air. Oh no,
Yeah,
that's a
pay
given.
to exist, just to exist, bro. Like just to transport yourself from one place to another, you got to pay for tag,
Yeah,
insurance, registration, and then the taxes and all that shit. And they tax. I mean, we threw a fucking whole tea party. This shit they don't teach you nowadays. We threw a whole tea party over 2% fucking tax back in the fucking day. But here we are, tax on tax on tax. Like the money you get from the work you do is tax. And then when you go to spend that shit and reap the rewards of the hard work you just did, they tax that shit again to buy whatever fucking product. And the
right.
company done been taxed to put that shit on the deck so they can sell that shit. And your fucking car can be sold 8 times in its lifetime and it's taxed every fucking time. It's crazy.
It is crazy. That's the powers of men, and I don't think you're gonna find freedom with money. Freedom was already given to you. You just got to figure out how to get there. If you needed money to make you realize you free, you'll never be free. With that being said, I'm Jay Prince, for president of United Negro Nation of the Black House, and shout out to TMAC Network.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
All right, gentlemen, you have a good night.
Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet,
Likewise,
man.
congratulations, D.
No, I got to go do some work.
I know. I know. Real quick. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Hey, Al, you in the building? Probably not. T-Mac, man. T-Mac's Network, man. My brother, man. I want to thank you and appreciate you for everything you've done with and for us. We can't explain the gratitude that we have for you. Massive amount of growth that you have shared and brought us along on journeys with, man, and constant contact, constant communication. Just being a brother to a brother, man. And there's not enough thank yous that I can issue out from my own mouth. Maybe Jay Prince can't issue out enough, but I know I can't issue out enough, man. I just want to say thank you, brother, for always being there, always being encouraging, always being solid, always making me see the brighter side, and not stay in a damn dark place. And thank you for pulling me along, man. Drag me to the finish line. So I can't even go another day without saying thank you, bro. Love you, man. Appreciate you 100%. And then some. Anything you got to say after that, Jay Prince? Get off my stage. All right, y'all. Been a wonderful time. Anything you want to say to bro?
Shout out to TMAC Network. Oh, my phone froze. Shout out to TMAC Network for giving me this opportunity to be able to voice my beliefs and stuff on this channel. Man, I really appreciate them for reaching out to me and stuff like that, and looking out for me and being genuine. Um, he always have been solid since I've been knowing y'all. Y'all both have been always been solid with me. So I really appreciate y'all, man, for looking out and always want to elevate me and stuff like that. So I can appreciate that about y'all.
All right, man. That's coming up on 2 hours and 15 minutes, man. We're going to get up and post this thing out, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming by and hanging out. Appreciate all the guests, man. We'll see y'all next Thursday. Holla.
I love.